are our top stories.
Sisi wote hatutapangwingwi. Unasema hivyo? Hatutaki hiyo mambo.
Maendeleo Chapchap Party leader Alfred Mutua has launched his presidential manifesto, pledging to tackle the employment menace and offloading Kenyans the huge burden of taxes.
Wewe ukitaka kujua the history of Kenya, fuata baba. Ukitaka kujua mahali Kenya inaenda, fuata hii mwanaume. I think that is all we want to say. Na zinaonekana, it is clear, because even baada ya mimi kuongea na yeye na kumwambia Nyeri tunaenda hivi, alikaa siku mbili na ilikuwa tu anaenda kidogo anarudia historia. Sasa
Bloat ODM party leader Raila Odinga's Nyeri Governor Mutahi Kahiga and Tetu Member of Parliament James Gishu finally defect to UDA party. Maranda High School up in flames again after days of a bitter standoff that led to the suspension of 400 Form 4 students.
Talk to us via social media platforms as CCTV Kenya, Joel Chacha M on Twitter, as well on Facebook, CCTV Kenya and Joel Chacha. You can also send us an SMS via 111 444 111, and we begin. 2 more bodies have been retrieved from River Enzio in Mwingi after bus tragedy that had occurred earlier, raising the total number of deaths to 25. Among the bodies that have been retrieved today is a body of a 9-month-old infant. Our very own Damaris Nyambura is preparing that story and we'll have it in just a bit. Meanwhile, a property worth millions of money have been destroyed following a fire breakout at Maranda High School in Siaya County today. This comes only 4 weeks after the last outbreak was experienced in the school. As Robert Oma reports, the cause of the fire has not yet been established.
A 630-capacity Owino complex dormitory that hosts Form 1s in Maranda High School has been set on fire in a daring incident in Siaya County. The fire incident comes barely 4 days after over 400 Form 4 students were indefinitely sent home for allegedly threatening to burn the school. The firefighters from Siaya County were immediately called into the try to put out the blaze. This is now the second fire incident in the school in just a month. This comes after the 6 students who were arrested in connection to the initial fire incident were acquitted last week due to lack of evidence. The netizens have had at least a word to the incident on what could have caused, should be done, or the best way to handle the fire tragedies in Maranda. The cause of the fire has not yet been established, but the investigation have commenced. Robert Oma, Switch TV.
We now shift gears to matters politics. Maendeleo Chapchap Party leader and 2022 presidential aspirant Alfred Mutua has launched his presidential manifesto, pledging to tackle the employment menace and offloading Kenyans the huge burden of taxes. Majibu Kisau tells us more.
In one of the most ambitious presidential manifestos ever made public in the country's elections history, the Machakos governor pledged a country where citizens are more economically empowered and access the highest possible attainable standards of living.
Wakati wa kuomoka, vijana tuomoke, akina mama tuomoke, wanaume tuomoke, wazee tuomoke, wanyonge tuomoke. Sisi wote hatutapangwingwi. Unasema hivyo? Hatutaki hiyo mambo.
The governor also proposes to offload Kenyans the huge burden of taxes, which is said had been weighing down efforts by many citizens to make economic progress.
When it comes to taxation, let's widen the base so the taxes are collected, small taxes from many people, not just a few people.
And on the runaway corruption ravaging the country, Mutua said he will utilize the existing institutions to crush the vice.
For Mutua, it is time to get in a new dispensation, a new era, and a period of better leadership. Will he make it to State House come 2022? Majibu Kitsao for Switch TV.
Meanwhile, Nyeri Governor Mutahi Kahiga and Tetu Member of Parliament James Gishu have defected to the Deputy President William Ruto-led UDA party from Jubilee. In his 3-day Meet the People tour in Nyeri County, the Deputy President William Ruto has called on the residents of Nyeri to back his economic agenda months to the 2022 general elections. Daniel Karuki now reports.
In the second day of his 3-day tour in Nyeri County, the Deputy President William Ruto, seemingly in efforts to try climb the mountain faster than the ODM leader Raila Odinga, who toured the region last week, kicked off his series of rallies after attending a church service in Pefa. The DP welcoming the Nyeri Governor Mutahi Kahiga to his UDA allied party, warning him that he could be left behind alone in the Jubilee Party.
Governor wetu Kahiga, sisi wote tulikuwa kwa chama ya Jubilee. Almost 85% ya watu walikuwa Jubilee. Tumeenda kwa kazi ni kazi. Sasa Kahiga, usihangaike sana na kwa sababu sasa tuliona jana wale walikuwa wamebaki wachache kwa Jubilee walihama. Sasa unajua unaweza kukaa pale ile nyumba ika collapse on top of you. So I think it is too risky now for you to stay there alone.
Nyumba yetu imesarambaratika, lakini ni vizuri hata niambie wale wanaendeleza. Hata kama bado ni mimi nimebaki, mimi sitaolewa ODM. Unajua ni vizuri tu niseme. Afadhali nitakaa bila bwana lakini sitaelekea wapi.
Wakati niliuliza watu, waliniambia kama nataka kwenda nyumbani, niseme kitendawili. Wameniambia kwa sababu wanataka kunichagua tena, lazima niingie nyumba ya hasla.
Kahiga has been a stand supporter of President Uhuru Kenyatta's Jubilee Party and had even welcomed ODM leader Raila Odinga to his county last week. According to Kahiga, it is the voice of the Nyeri people that are asking him to join Ruto's camp.
Wewe ukitaka kujua the history of Kenya, fuata baba. Ukitaka kujua mahali Kenya inaenda, fuata hii mwanaume. I think that is all we want to say. Na zinaonekana, it is clear. Because even baada ya mimi kuongea na yeye na kumwambia Nyeri tunaenda hivi, alikaa siku mbili na ilikuwa tu ni anaenda kidogo anarudia historia. Sasa
the leaders then rallied in Nyeri campaigning for the UDA party and Ruto's 2022 presidential agenda.
Kusema Mwai Kibaki tosha, alihangaisha yeye akazuia yeye kufanya kazi. So governor, wewe sasa umekuwa mtoto wetu wa Nyeri, mtoto wa Maumau wa kusema ukweli. Na governor usiogope, because sasa ukiogopa na ndio kiongozi yetu na sisi tutaenda chini ya meza. Si mnataka governor atuongoze kusema ukweli? You lead us to speak the truth.
Ruto is set to end his campaigns tomorrow in the same county. Daniel Kariuki for Switch TV News.
Meanwhile, Navajo Member of Parliament Emmanuel Wangwe has revealed that NC Party leader Musalia Mudavadi is intending to join a Deputy President William Ruto's UDA, urging Wiper Party leader Kalonzo Musyoka to make a stand and join ODM leader Raila Odinga in forming the government come 2022.
Mheshimiwa Raila anapanda mlima, amepasua mlima na anakaa na wazee wa Kikuyu huko, na mimi naangalia huku chini anakuja anakaa na watu ya Western. Mimi naangalia pande hiyo anakaa na watu ya Kisii. Nataka tu Mheshimiwa Raila aimpress Mheshimiwa Kalonzo, waketi pamoja wasungumuze kama wazee, waangalie maslahi ya hii nchi. We don't want to go the anarchy way.
Elsewhere, National Assembly Speaker Justin Muturi has challenged Meru Senator Mithika Linturi over remarks on forming a coalition with UDA ahead of 2022 presidential polls.
Hauwezi kusimama kiti sababu tu ni lazima usimame. Haiwezekani. Na kama unataka kuwa kwa serikali, lazima numbers uangalie zitakuwa namna gani. So kile nasema, ndugu yangu, najua mimi nakutakia mema. Sukuma, mimi nimelinda na Kirengo na wabunge wote wa Meru huku na wale wengine tuko nao Central. Siku ikifika ya kukaa chini, tungetaka tuweze kukaa chini tuwe pamoja zote.
But ukiwa umeenda huko na chama, you are stronger, you have a bargaining position. Hii ya wewe peke yako, wewe ukirokotwa pale, mwingine arokotwa pale, mwingine itakuwa tu namna hiyo. Even dealing with you will be like that. The way it has happened in Jubilee. Kwa hivyo tunasemaga once bitten twice shy.
Still a focus, ODM party leader Raila Odinga has rallied his supporters to turn up in large numbers for the Friday declaration at Kasarani Gymnasium. The opposition chief has started by attending a church service at African Independent Pentecostal Churches of Kenya, AIPCA in Njiru. This before mounting a series of road shows across the capital city, and Shilangetich is also preparing that report and will have it in just a bit. But now we shift our focus to matters health, where the country has today recorded 29 COVID-19 cases in the last 24 hours, bringing the country's positivity rate to 1.1%. The total number of confirmed COVID-19 cases now stands at 254,979 out of a sample size of 2,830,071. According to the Ministry of Health, 22 patients have recovered from the disease, with 13 coming from the home-based isolation and care program and 9 from different health facilities across the country. Total recoveries stand at 248,426, and the cumulative fatalities remain at 5,335 after no death was reported in the last 24 hours. Well, we now take a short commercial break. 10 minutes past 7 p.m. We'll be back with more. Stay tuned. Welcome back to Breaking Today. My name is Joel Church and the sign language interpreter is Michael Maithia. Now, ODM party leader Raila Odinga has rallied his supporters to turn up in large numbers for the Friday declaration at Kasarani Gymnasium. The opposition chief started by attending Asha service at African Independent Pentecostal Churches of Kenya, AIPCA, in Njiru. This was before mounting a series of road shows across the capital city. Shilangetich filed the report.
ODM party leader Raila Odinga today drummed up support for his unity drive dubbed Azimio la Umoja, at the same time urging residents to turn up in numbers ahead of his Friday declaration of whether he would be in the race for the presidential seat in the 2022 general election.
Ijumaa ijao, next Friday, hapa Kasarani, kiwanja Kasarani. Nataka mkuje huko, mtakuja? Mtakuja?
At the same time, the former premier saying he will not relent in his quest to bring Kenyans together as the country moves towards the highly staked 2022 elections. Kieni legislator Kanini Kega stating that support for Raila has tripled in the Mount Kenya region.
Nataka tukuungana na vijana ili tuweze kutekeleza ndoto ya uanzilishi wa taifa letu, sawa? Tumalize maskini, vijana wapate kazi. Ilienda likizo, lakini itarudi. Sasa tunaambia Wakenya, let us get together and feel all right.
All eyes are now set for Friday on whether he will be in the race to succeed Kenyatta.
Walisema mulima hawapandi, baba alipanda mulima. Hata kwa kanisa Bishop amesema baba ameshapanda wapi? Mulima.
This will be Raila's fifth bid after making 4 unsuccessful runs in 1997, 2007, 2013 and 2017. Shilangetich, Switch TV.
Sawa.
Young Kenyans have been urged to monetize their talent in order to earn a living out of it. Speaking to Switch TV, comedian Eddie Butita says that talent equally needs a good strategy in order to become business. Take a look.
Eddie, I've seen you work so hard in your career. Do you think the Kenyan content space pays?
Yes, it really pays, but it depends on people who know how to monetize content, because at the end of the day, we have a lot of creators. The question is, who is able to convert the content into money? Because you see, the truth is that talent works, talent is big, but talent is also overrated. We have people who are talented and they're not making something out of it. We have people who are less talented and are making a lot of money. So the biggest task here is to understand that there is the talent aspect and there is the business aspect, which are two different worlds. People knock doors and tell clients to give them money. But now, the client will be, okay, they are 50-50 whether it will work or it will not work, because you've not justified why you need that money. And a lot of creatives, they don't go into that direction. So the best thing is partner with someone who can do that for you. Then you focus on the creative side. You create a product, deliberate how is this product going to make money, and now launch the product knowing that it's an avenue for it's an income stream. So content creation pays only if you understand how to monetize it.
All right.
And it doesn't even go to the corporate side. It starts with where you are doing it. Even if it's on YouTube, on Facebook, there are monetization tools there. How do you understand them? What's the language that you're using in these videos? Because that also determines the number of adverts you're going to get in that video. Like on YouTube, there are words that if you say, the ads are limited. There's some type of content that if you do, like for example, if you do family appealing content, it means you have more opportunity for more ads.
And now back to our top stories. 2 more bodies have been retrieved from River Enzio in Mwingi after a bus tragedy that had occurred earlier, raising the total number of deaths to 25. Among the bodies that have been retrieved today is a body of a 9-month-old infant. Our very own Damaris Nyambura with more details.
Members of Catholic Church Choir in Mwingi County have perished from a bus tragedy whereby the bus driver lost control after being swept away by strong water current in River Enzio. Today, the number of those that died has raised to 25 from 23, and one of them being a 9-month-old infant.
You can see a number of facilities affected. Most of those schools are already flooded.
Hadi sasa bado tunaendelea kusaidia watu, kutoa watu. Ile mimi naona kama watu yetu anajitezeka na mambo ya hii flood. Ndio niliamua niingie kwa Red Cross, nikuwa volunteer nisaidie hao watu.
President Uhuru Kenyatta has sent condolences to the families of those that died in the Mwingi bus accident when the bus they were riding in plunged into the River Enzio in Mwingi, Kitui County. He continued to wish those that got injured in the terrible incident a speedy recovery. The president has therefore urged Kenyans across the country to follow the government's advice and avoid crossing flooded rivers, particularly during the present rainy seasons. Officers from the Kenya Defence Forces have since been deployed to help with the rescue mission. It has also emerged that the driver of the ill-fated bus that killed 25 individuals had waited for the nearly 2 hours before he made the decision to cross River Enzio. Reporting for Switch TV, my name is
Now, many thanks for staying with us. It's time for sports, and to start us off, Tusker FC coach Robert Matano has expressed the team's preparedness ahead of the second leg clash, CAF Confederations Cup preliminary round against Sfaxien in Tunisia. Matano predicted their opponent, who has won the Confederation Cup on 3 occasions, with the last title coming in 2013, could change the approach in the second leg. Earlier on, Gor Mahia were knocked out of the CAF Confederations Cup after a 1-1 draw with the AS Otohodoyo of Congo in the second leg of their CAF Confederations Cup play at the Nyayo National Stadium.
Mashabiki wa Kenya watusapoti tu. Sisi tumekuja vita na vita lazima saa zote. Ukija vita, nia ya vita ni kushinda. So sisi roho yetu, akili yetu, damu yetu iko kwa kushinda. Watuombee na watusapoti. Tunajua tukirudi nyumbani at least tutakuja na kitu nzuri kwa Kenya.
Tusker match between SF Sfaxien will be tonight at exactly 8 p.m. Now, Manchester United made a winning start to life under interim boss Ralf Rangnick, thanks to Fred's 77th minute winner. A more energetic United display looking like going unrewarded